address. Next tonight, a new project to prevent women facing exploitation and sexual violence in emergency housing is being launched in Plymouth. Trevi, which works with women and girls affected by trauma and abuse, says mixed temporary housing can lead to problems. So the charity is looking to raise more than £200,000 to provide women safe living accommodation. Eve Watson's been to meet some of the campaigners.
It's time to see a world without violence towards women and girls.
It's time for all vulnerable women to have a safe place to live, to recover and to move on.
Trevi's been helping women and children for 30 years. Helen is one of thousands who've come through its doors and now works here.
It can happen to anyone. Anyone can fall on hard times.
Helen used the charity's services a few years ago after being housed in mixed-gender accommodation.
It just triggered the trauma of domestic abuse, of rape, all those kind of things I was having to deal with as a woman, with men walking up and down the room, walking up and down the corridors. There was no locks on our doors. It was horrendous.
Which is why the charity has launched a fundraising campaign to provide women-only accommodation. Blossom Women's House would provide 2 crisis beds for those living on the streets and 7 beds that can be used for up to a year.
Tell me a little bit about why Blossom is so important to women.
You need women looking after women. You know, you need to build that from the ground upwards.
The team and its supporters have already raised over £400,000 towards the new building, but they need to secure another £200,000 to go ahead.
We see it every day. There's women at risk of being preyed on by perpetrators. There's women trapped, being forced to, take part in criminal exploitation. There is a massive need in our city. The time is now.
Of the hundreds of women that use Trevi's services, 99% have complex needs. 78% have suffered domestic abuse and 39% have suffered sexual violence.
Hello, Sunflower Women's Centre reception.
Tammy is another of the Trevi team who's benefited from the service. She knows how important it is to give back.
The biggest problem for them usually is not having no safe accommodation and being able to just pick up the phone and say, have we got a crisis bed at Blossom that I can place this lady into? It's going to make such a difference, knowing that these women are safe.
And how does it feel for you to be able to help?
My heart is with this. My heart is with Trevi. I know change is possible. These women will give back to society if we give these women a chance. And that's what it is about. It's about giving women the chance to be able to grow into what they are meant to be.
Helen Bell from Trevi there speaking about the